Hello, this is Mike, NoStressMike.com, and Rex, just finishing our dinner, and trying to get a little nicer. But this is the 25th of March in 2020, and I was talking about uh, the the future and what it has, and all the doors that are opening, and these are things you need to be thinking on. And I thought I'd talk a little bit more on some of my businesses. And right now, I talk about the oil. When I got into the oil business, uh, when I got into the oil business, I was looking for a hunting lodge. That's what I was looking for. But I ended up somebody on a drilling rig wanted to go on vacation, 2-week vacation, asked me to work for him, and I did. And I told him I don't know anything about it. He says, "Well, you just uh, they'll show you how to do it." So I did it, and boy, the pay was really good. And then, so when I was working there, then another person wanted to go on vacation, and so then I stayed like that. And the drilling rig is you contract out to oil producers, and so we would drill a hole, and then these other people would find the oil, and then they would complete the well. And so I was working midnight to 8, and so I had all day, doing nothing. So I said, well, first I started saying, well, how are you finding this oil? And then so then they're explaining to me how to do it, and I'm watching them right with them when they're doing it. And then after we drilled the well, we brought the rig down and we moved on to the next one. And then after a while, I started asking them. I said, well, you're gonna need help on finishing that well. And they said, well, how much? Yeah, we're gonna need help. How much? And I said, no, I'll do it for free. They said, do it for free. And so then I did. I did it for about 6 months. And then after that, but I told them, I said, now I can help you, but remember, I don't know anything. You're gonna have to show me. So, so all these people that were drilling wells were showing me how to finish them up, and I'd be working there. After 6 months, that was my education for drilling wells. After 6 months, okay, I started drilling my own. After that, well, first told them, I said, okay, I'll work for you some more. It'd be $25 an hour. And they said, what? $25 an hour? And so I contracted out completing wells, and because they showed me how to do it, so now I know how to do it. So, no problem. They do it. But then I refinanced my house, and I started drilling my own wells. And then so now I was an oil producer, and I ended up in about, well, see, at the end of 5 years started, and at the end of 5 years I had 100 oil wells, and I mean it was a good thing, and I didn't go into debt because I knew the oil was just a temporary kind of thing. So I paid up everything as I went, and the thing is, I didn't pay up enough. And when it finally dropped, it went just like this virus thing did. And they put a windfall profit tax on everybody in the oil business. And I lost a third. A third of my money went in taxes. So that killed off all the small producers like myself. And but anyway, I didn't go bankrupt. But like I say, I was able to get into the business doing it that way. And you could do the same thing in any kind of business. If you see a business and if you know a little bit about it or you don't know anything about it, go in and tell them, well, hey, I'll work for a month for free. And like I say, help them run their business. So now you're going to learn how to run the business. And in a month, you'll know how to run it. And then let them know beforehand. Say, well, I'd like to buy the place, but, why don't I work for you for a month for free so I can see how the business is run and stuff like that. And this way, that'll get you going too, because after that, they'll have a steady income. And because like I say, They don't need to sell their business. They'd like to sell it, but trying to get what it's worth is not going to get it. But what you can do is buy it or lease it. You don't even have to buy it. You can lease it. Give them a couple $1,000s a month, and they'll be happy. And I say, you got all the equipment. You got everything right there. It's all still theirs, but you're just leasing it. But you can make the money. You can make the money on it. And then later on, you might decide you want to buy it. Then pay them all that money. Then work up a price before you do it. And or just, you don't even need to do that. Like I say, I just leased them. I like leasing them because this way, whenever there's another thing like what's going on now, I was exempt. I stopped my income. I didn't have any more income. But I'm not in debt, so that was the good thing. I mean, if you're going to lose your income, it's bad enough losing your income, but having debt, that's not a good thing. So like I say, there's different ways of getting a business and running a business, and it doesn't have to be expensive. I mean, you don't have to. Sometimes you have to pay something down, and sometimes you don't. But like I say, if I'm going to work for you for free, then you get a chance to check me out too, to see, boy, does this guy look like that he's got what it takes to make this thing work? And then, now you can do it. And then, but there's all different kinds of ways of taking over somebody's business. This is Mike, NoStressMike.com.